Hey, how you doing? This is the live show here coming at you live from my studio. I haven't streamed in a while, so I figured I would just get on here and do a little bit of streaming because it's been a long time. And I'm finally getting my studio kind of now set up mostly. It is mostly all ready to go, and I'm excited about that. And but today I spent a lot of time working on my front yard and doing some watering situations going on there. And I gotta admit, I am super, super exhausted. I've had a couple beers. I had a couple hard iced teas and a Jamaica Me Happy, I think is what it's called. Jamaica Me Happy. Jamaica Me Happy. And then I had two beers and pizza. And oh my gosh, I'm kind of gone. I'm drinking regular iced tea now, which I need. My body needs it. How you doing, ISH3, the 90D Pluto? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to be seen. I like that. I'm finally kind of trying to get back into the game. I've been busy. I have a new lady in my life, Carolina, if she's watching. Hi. How you doing? Cheers. And that's been good and keeping me grounded. And my studio is now nearly completion. I haven't fully moved in, but I am probably 70% moved in. I'm moved in enough where I can actually work and do stuff. So that's exciting. And it's just in time for summer. And luckily, this studio is nicely air conditioned all throughout. I do have a few video ideas for videos that I want to do. I went through an extremely busy month in May and March, and it has been quite crazy. Nicholas Prato, how you doing? Hello. Dirk Schneider, notification caught me while watching She-Wolf 1982. You'll have to let me know how it goes. I mean, I'm kind of curious because we're still in our bad movie night, although it's been more spotty now. I've just been trying to catch up a bunch. Last night we watched Empire of the Dark, and that was a gold treasure, a beautiful movie, Empire of the Dark. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. When is your next studios video? I've enjoyed them. I don't know. I'm gonna have to retool how I even do those because I don't have the set to do the same style anymore. But I mean, I'd like to do them. Maybe I could do them on green screen. But yeah, I just haven't had time. Although I'll be honest. Maybe with like a research assistant that ChatGPT could be, I might be able to find better information or quicker. I know we're going to get into the discussion about that, but I mean, there's tools out there that might help me write things better and quicker. Obviously, you don't want ChatGPT to write these scripts for us, but you can use it to help you put ideas down. We can talk about that. Part of what I've been doing in the last 2 months or so, getting this studio set up. I had school districts. I worked a lot with school districts, so I had a lot of stuff ending with that school year ending. So a lot of school end of the year stuff I had to do. Paid pretty well. And then I finished this documentary for the city of Lake Elsinore about homelessness. That's really real. I think it's really good. Ended up being about 20 minutes long. So it's a 20-minute little mini documentary, about homelessness and what the efforts are of the city. So that was a huge project. Finishing up that. Now I'm sort of in a lull for a little bit until summertime kicks off, and then we have State of the Cities in the fall that I need to prepare for. So, I'll probably be ramping up in the summer to do stuff, but that's why I kind of wanted to move into the studio, get that ready for that. But I was working today really hard on my front yard because I was finishing up. I don't know why I was so tired. I am so tired. I was finishing up some, what do you call it? Irrigation stuff. So I was finishing up that. We had to try to figure out how to get my water running. And where was I going with all this? I was trying to tell you guys what I was working on. Oh, but in the meantime, too, I finished up my class, so I will be teaching a brand new class in the fall. August, so starts in August. It is cinematography, class 595 at MSJC. I'm out San Jacinto College in Menifee. I believe I'm teaching on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I am developing that course completely from scratch. And it's exciting because I'm taking a really, really interesting approach toward how to teach that class. I think maybe unique among my peers. I don't know if they would necessarily do it the way I do it, but it's not really a technical course. So there's going to be like 3 or 4 weeks of technical stuff regarding cinematography, but a lot of it's going to be practice. A lot of it. Dirk Schneider says it's actually a really good movie. It's a historical Polish werewolf movie. Oh, cool. Excited to see that. And we only watch bad movies though. Our bad movie night. And Empire of the Dark is really, really bad. We had to watch it on Pluto, or was it Pluto? No, we watched on Freevee, not movie. Oh, I had to take a big giant swig of that. So, the cinematography course has me excited. So part of what I did in the college, as part of the professional development initiative or whatever, was paying people to take this online teaching course as like a 6-week course to teach you how to prepare stuff for online teaching for colleges and stuff like that. It's really useful for someone like me who has never taught online. But I also use it as an opportunity to basically develop my course, my cinematography course, and get that kind of going. And so I've outlined that course so far, all 18 weeks of it. And I've gone ahead. I need to now finish the rest of the summer. I need to finish like designing it, but at least the outline's there, so I know where we're going every single week with it, which is kind of the hardest part about designing a course. But the cool thing about this course is that I think I have 2 textbooks I assigned them. And I know I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, when you teach a course at a college, you kind of want to be easy on the students because you don't want them to spend a lot of money. But I'm forcing them to buy 2 textbooks, and I'm going to actually have them read both of them. Because one is Bruce Bloch's Visual Language, and I think that book is just invaluable as far as like understanding how to think about imagery. And even as I revisit that book, it's kind of making me rethink about how to do photography, videography, filmmaking, all that. The other book is I forgot. It's cinematography. Let's see. I'll pull it up real quick. How you doing, MKL 257? I am very, very tired. You can probably hear it in my voice how tired I am. Oh, I guess the beers will do it to you. The other book, cinematography. I think it's cinematography. Book. Oh, here it is. It's Bruce Blaine. I think it's Bruce Blaine's Theory and Practices. Blaine Brown. Blaine Brown's Cinematography Theory and Practice. So Bruce Bloch, Visual Theory, Visual Language, and Blaine Brown, Cinematography Theory and Practice. And the thing I like about Cinematography Theory and Practice, first of all, I really like, every book, if it's a technical book, I go to the exposure part, and I see if they explain exposure and explain focus in a way that I feel is right. And this book does it. And in fact, like the book even utilizes some of the charts that I developed when I did the dynamic range. So it has lots of stuff in there about dynamic range that I feel is accurate and appropriate. I also did not find any mention of the exposure triangle, which I'm really happy about. Like I was on Reddit the other day, and somebody was saying like, "Oh, I made this video about exposure triangle," and I guess other people on Reddit gave him crap about it, and I didn't want to jump on board with it, but like I didn't want to say like, "Yeah, no one wants another video on the freaking exposure triangle." There you go. I applied for a 1-year filmmaking course starting in September. I don't think I'll be accepted. I need to watch through your videos before my interview. Well, if you do, then you won't need the course. I actually had one student last semester that was actually watched my videos, and I was like, "Oh shoot, he's watching my videos. He's watching my live streams." If you're watching, how you doing? Say hi in the chat, or if you're watching it on repeat, say hi in the comments. What's up, Blue Basin Aquatics? Nice, I love it. What's going on? Yeah, so the video I want to make next is for a technical video. Yeah, I want to revisit depth of field and talk about it because I think I have a way to explain it, or at least I have an approach that I want to explain it. I don't know. Part of me, well, right now I'm exceptionally tired. And all I want to do is, after I'm done here, shut off the computer, maybe pack up the cables here, 'cause I took them all out to try to like organize them a little bit. I just want to go sit on my couch and put my laptop on my lap and just maybe throw my head back a little bit and play a video game for like maybe an hour. I don't know. Maybe I may fall asleep while playing a video game, and I'll probably play Dyson Sphere Project if you want to know what I want to play. But after that, I may go to the gym and just sit in the jacuzzi for a bit because I am exhausted. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. But hey, you know what? I should really quickly give you a quick tour, at least from the comfort of my chair here. This is of my studio. So, let's see if I can get my phone over here. I'm using an OBS Bot Tail Air, which I like. They have the Pro version that came out, and I would buy it, except for I just don't want to spend money right now. I just don't. Well, sorry. Don't want to spend. Oh, shoot, I got to go get my prescription. I forgot. I keep forgetting about that. Okay. All right, here we go. I am going to go to OBS. I can control it from my phone, and so you can kind of see a little bit. So I'm sitting here in my big red chair. Okay, zooming out very slowly. Hey. All right, so I've got a little like empty studio space here. Okay, I'm gonna go a little faster here. And just turn off auto tracking. How do I turn off auto tracking? There we go. Off. Okay. So, you see here, I got. What? Stop it with your auto tracking. This is disgusting. I'm going to just turn off the auto tracking. Let's see here. How do I turn off the auto tracking? Alright, let's see if I can control it. Okay, so there's my windows in my studio. Oops, sorry. It keeps auto tracking. I don't know what the heck it's doing now. Stop your stinking auto tracking. So, anyhow, it doesn't seem to be cooperating very much with me. So, my goodness, what is going on here? There. Track me. Alright, so this is me. I'm sitting here. I got a little studio space here. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to show you much here. My edit studio bay let's see if I can just get it over there. Oh, this is terrible. My junk on. In that room is my kind of server closet. And in the other room right there, you can't see. That's my edit bay. All right, I'm giving up. I don't know what the heck's going on. Why is it auto tracking and not just there? Did I turn off the auto tracking? Finally, I turned it off. I have to double click on it. Okay. Let's see. Can you see? There's my windows and my doors. There's my edit studio back there. My edit bay, so forth. All right. I'm sorry. That's enough of that. Very exciting, very boring. I'll make a proper studio tour video one of these days. All right, I apologize. I'm extremely low energy today. All right, here we go. I want to make a short film about my business, my saltwater fish tank, and my new business. Nice. Well, I hope you do. Good luck with that. Here we go. I know that you are not too impressed by film schools, but if they were made for anyone, they were made for me. I need theory and structure to learn, and I can't go without camera. I can't go out with a camera and wing it. Well, there's a place for it, you know. Like, I take art classes. I've been doing, and although honestly, it's more not necessarily a class so much as as a place for me to go and forces me to paint something. So sometimes people need, you know, for film schools, you need basically like to go to a class to say every week I'm going to be doing this and doing this, and and essentially, you know, that's how I'm structuring my cinematography class. It's a weekly. Today we're going to be working on depth of field. Today we're going to be working on color. Today we're going to be working on form. Today we're working with leading lines. Today we're going to be working with exposure. You know, so every week will require some sort of like a lab project, which is going to be in class studio time. So you bring your camera to class, and then we do a quick little demonstration. We do a little quick, like, okay, we're going to try some exposure. We're going to overexpose, underexpose, that kind of thing. And then that weekend, your homework assignment is going to be shoot a 30-second to 90-second film, and you need to have this shots in it, and you tell a story in 3 shots, and keep the dialogue, keep the audio to, you know, you can have music and you can have sound effects, but no dialogue, that kind of thing. So every single week is going to be some sort of filming project, and there will be a midterm. There'll be 2 midterms and a final for all the stuff. So there's a lot of stuff I'm asking them to do for the cinematography class, which is exciting for me because I taught the intro class before. I taught the intro to video class. I've been doing that for about 3 years. And I like teaching it, but it is one of those things where this is not just me teaching, but like all the other teachers, the intro classes basically funnel about a third of the people. So the intro class is an exploratory class. About a third of the students are retained to the next level. And so those third of students are the ones that I'm going to be getting for the cinematography class. And I know they're vetted because they want to continue on. So they're going to be like engaged and excited to do it. Rather than some of the students who was like pulling teeth. Like, you know, like making the video, and they're just not excited to do it. So hopefully I'll get some really, really excited and energized students to come out and do cinematography with me. Tea is great. All right, so that's about all that's going on with me right now. What do you guys want to chat about? If you want to chat, I'll hang out for maybe a few more minutes, at least until I finish tea. Unless the chat gets really good, I'll hang out for a little bit. But yeah, what's going on? What is happening? How many people are watching? I know it's probably low because I haven't streamed in a long, long time, so I bet you the algorithm doesn't kick out. Where will the class be held? I will be teaching at MSJC in Menifee, California. And it is a second level class, so you had to take the intro class first in order to be able to eligible to take my class. So that is it. I mean, I might be doing some more things. Obviously I want to do Filmmaker IQ more. I miss doing Filmmaker IQ projects, videos. This space was designed an idea that I would be making some Filmmaker IQ videos in here. I would be developing certain things in here and just using the space to shoot projects and demonstrations and stuff like that. So that's all. I designed it to be rehearsal hall too, so I've actually had a couple rehearsals in here with my smaller jazz groups, and yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to be able to work from home, but also work for my house is right over there. And I'm really blessed to have all of this stuff in my house, my life, and where I've been able to get to. And honestly, this is, as much as nice as this is right in here, the fact of the matter is it's actually cheaper than renting a big giant studio office space. To have this smaller space, but purposely built. There's my glue. Jeez. I spent all day looking for PVC pipe glue, and now I see it right over there on that table. I know it's one of those things where I put it down thinking I'll put it here. It'll be safe here, and then that's what's going on. I do some hands gesture, and the OBS auto starts doing auto tracking. That's what's going on there. Okay, that makes sense. Anyhow, I'm tired, guys. What's up? What do you guys do? What do you guys want to chat about? Let's see. What are the comments coming up here? 22 people watching. What are you guys watching this for? No. You're watching to see me talk about my life. Let's see. Go back to my comments. Okay. What else is new? No. Movies. I really haven't watched a lot of movies. We're watching more of the old bad movies. I've been watching little TV shows. I'm starting to get into Righteous Gemstones. I'm walking through Ted Lasso again. Going through that again. Like I said, we watched Empire of the Dark last night, which is fantastic. I mean, I can't believe I've never heard of that movie in my circles of like bad moviedom. Empire of the Dark, I think it was 1991 or 92. Christopher Bartlett, I believe is the name. Or let's see, Empire. I would definitely recommend that for all your bad movie nights. Empire of the Dark. Where is it? 1991, Steve Bartlett. Steve Bartlett is the name of the director, screenwriter, and producer, and star. Starring Steve Bartlett. And his buddies William Stromberg and Robert Stromberg, who did basically... And also Steve Bartlett edited it, too, so... He's the one that edited the monstrosity. Yeah, that was really, really good. And then we watched Tammy and the T-Rex, which is called Tanny and the T-Rex, which is another fantastic movie. This one actually has some star power with Denise Richards in her first role and Paul Walker as a role. So what the storyline of that, Tanny and the T-Rex, is Paul Walker is dating Denise Richards, and her ex-boyfriend is a psychopath. And he tries, basically, you get into a big fight with him, with Paul Walker over Denise Richards. He escapes, but Denise is like, "Hey, come! I really want to see you. Come into my house." And he climbs the fence, and climbs the second story to get to her room. But these girls, they see Paul Walker sneaking, so they call the ex up. Hey, he's there. So the ex shows up and with a big mob, and they run in the house. They chase him down the street. They take him to a wild animal park, and there Paul Walker is then mauled by a lion and left for dead until until this ranger shoots the lion, and then Paul Walker is now in the hospital, in a coma. Well, meanwhile, there's this mad scientist who is developing this T-Rex, animatronic T-Rex, and he's just insane. He's like, "I want to give you life." And he hears about Paul Walker is in a coma. So what he does is he goes to the hospital, pretends that Paul Walker is now dead, and then takes the body of Paul Walker, cuts his head open, takes his brain, puts it in the T-Rex, and now Paul Walker is controlling this T-Rex. So then T-Rex gets loose, murders the henchman, then goes on a rampage, goes to the party where this ex-psychotic boyfriend is, and he just kills everybody, eats their heads off, rips them apart, and then goes to Denise Richards' house and convinces her that yes, this T-Rex is her ex-boyfriend. And at this point, I can't even remember why she believes him, and then she's running off with a T-Rex, and I honestly can't remember how the rest of the movie goes. There's a barn. It ends in a police shootout in the barn with this giant T-Rex and Denise Richards. Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, that's Tanny and the T Rex. Tammy and the T Rex. So I guess so what happened was the original version. So what happened was the original movie was made because the producer had access. This is right after Jurassic Park. He had access to a giant animatronic T Rex, and so they said, well, what can we do with this giant animatronic T Rex? Let's make a movie. And so they approached this director, and director came up with a script in a week, and about this girl, the T Rex, and so they shot it. And the thing is, like, the director thought he was making like a really like edgy horror splatter film, but the producer was like, no, I wanted a family film. So they ended up recutting it against, obviously against the directors. They cut out all the gory scenes and all that, and they released it as Tammy and the T Rex. Well, there is the original cut with all the original gore in it, which is what I watched. They renamed it Tanny, Tanny, Tanny and the T Rex, to kind of differentiate from Tammy and the T Rex. And I think the reason why is because at one point, somebody says, "Hey Tanny," it says, "Hey Tammy," and they say, "Hey Tanny." So Vinegar Syndrome has the movie out, Tanny and the T Rex. Look for that version. It is hilarious. It is very fun. It is one of those really bad fun movies, and it was Denise Richards' first big role, I think, too. So that was exciting. Oh, hey, some more people are back. What kind of knowledge do you think a film school would think is important for their applicants? The instructor is way too vague. Film school doesn't really care about you. Like, if you know how to be a filmmaker, why are you going to film school? Don't go to film school. If you know how to be a filmmaker, you're going to film school to learn. So, they're looking for people that are dedicated, that have time to give to the film school, have time to give the program. Maybe they're looking for people that have photography background. That may be useful. But, just be honest with what you have. You don't need to know stuff to go to film school. I bet you they're probably looking for, like, can you pay for it? It's probably one of it. But do you have time? Like, I've had students, man, I don't know. It's like, one of the most annoying questions I have. It's like, well, like, I'd like to go to your class, but I work on Thursdays. Is it okay I miss Thursday? Like, no, don't go to, you can't take the class. Like, if you work on Thursdays, you can't take a Thursday class. So either, work another day or talk to your boss about how to work another day, or you can't take this class, So that's probably what they're interviewing you about. They're not interviewing you about, like, actual stuff. Yeah, Benjamin Dover just answered the exact same way that I did. It is. PM reminds me of a Philippine Forrest Whitaker. I'll take that. I gotta get my eye a little bit, like, a little easier. I'm not Filipino though, so it's kind of funny. So my girlfriend's Mexican, and my mom used to always call me her Mexican son, even though I am not Mexican. I am half Chinese and half German American. So I'm a German American Taiwanese boy. And I now have a lick of Mexican in me, but because I love burritos, I love Mexican food. So my mom used to, and I've had people say that I look Mexican, although I don't think I look Mexican. But what is it? No. So my mom used to call me her Mexican son. So anyhow, that's what it is. If you want recommendations for a bad horror movie, I can recommend Mummy Maniac and Uli Lumi's Black Dahlia. The two are the worst movies I've ever seen. Black Dahlia, is that the one with ScarJo? Let me just take a look at that one. Because I agree it's a bad movie. I guess Uli Black Dahlia. That's not, because that's, what's his face? Black Dahlia. I haven't found that one. I'll check those out. And the other one was Mummy Maniac, right? That might be fun. Mummy Maniac. We had last night was the choice between a few movies. Ended up watching Empire of the Dark because the trailer looked like it was really bad acting. The other one I wanted to watch was No Surrender, No Retreat, and that one was weird because I think it was Jean-Claude Van Damme was the bad guy in it, and it was like this kickboxer, and he basically trains with the ghost of Bruce Lee, and but it doesn't look anything like Bruce Lee. And those are the two I picked out for our possible movie nights. Empire of the Dark is pretty bad too. It's about a guy whose wife is abducted by this cult that lives in this weird nether realm, and they basically abduct her, and then they take her and they're going to sacrifice her, but there's a baby there, and then so the cop that comes down to try to save his wife ends up killing the guy with the baby because he had to make a choice between the baby or his wife, so he chose the baby. Kills the wife is apparently dead, although she's not really dead, and he saves the baby and runs back out to before the portal closes to this nether world. And then 20 years later, it turns out that baby grew up to be his son, although he didn't know that. Although everybody in town apparently knew it because, frankly, they look alike because they're actually played by father and son, and they both have this weird 70s like porno stash. And then like the cults is back and they're ready to I don't know. It gets weird. And then yeah. And then by the end there's this big giant extended fight scene where he goes into the portal and she tries to rescue people. And it's the most god awful boring fight scene I've ever seen because it's so many repetitive shots over and over and over again, and it's just oh my gosh, it was terrible. But it was funny because we were just making fun of the whole movie. I call it the Mean Girl thing, right? So it's people are making fun of it in a Mean Girl way. Being a mean girl, being a bully is obviously not a good thing. To hurt somebody's feelings is not a good thing. But if you can make fun of a movie, you're not hurting the movie's feelings. The movie has no feelings. So you can sit around and just waste, just go off on the movie. You can get that mean streak out of you. You know what I mean? Hey, Bruin Flight, I'm still alive. Yeah, no, it's looking good. I'm sorry, I would show you around more, but I am so tired. I am so freaking tired that I can barely move out of here. So I got the sun hitting me, and I'm just too tired to do anything about it. What do you think about the live action remakes? Oh boy, are we going to go off on that tangent? People don't like if they are too different, or if they are shot and remake. Train Your Dragon. Can they be good or just unnecessary? I am really over the live action remakes. Okay, so I'll go see the new Naked Gun movie because it's not a remake; it's a new movie. It's a sequel. It's a new cast. It's new jokes, and it's going to be a fun take on action movies. Okay, I'll go see that. That's not to me. That's like a successful. We're going to make a funny movie in that genre, right? But How to Train Your Dragon, Moana, Moana doesn't even feel that old to me. It's kind of funny when right before I started seeing my new girlfriend here, she saw the Snow White movie because she's a big Snow White fan, and she went and saw it, and she was like, "I don't like it." She didn't like the Snow White. It's like, why are you making Snow White? Just stop it. Just stop. I'm going to throw up that Michael Jordan gif. Stop it. Get some help. Hollywood. No one wants to see your shit anymore. It's just, no. And to be honest with you, I've been reading all this stuff about, production in LA is down 50%. It's dire, right? It's bad. But I can't help but not care because what Hollywood wants to pump out are miserable crap. I like nowadays my friends and I we sit down and we look for 80s movies and maybe early 90s movies because there's still charm and fun in them. Because like modern movies are feel like feel like there's no fun. They feel like the spirit of filmmaking has gone out in modern Hollywood. That modern Hollywood is just, kind of cookie cutter, just make stuff. That's not super fun. So, taking a drink there. Dark Schneider, thank you for the super chat. Although you should save your money for your film school. I got more inspired by bad movies than good movies. That's true. When I see really bad movies, I think at least I know I can make a better movie than that. So we watch bad movies, but I also I get inspired by the bad movies because I also get a feeling of like some fun. Because like some of the new movies I just don't feel are fun. Like I kind of I want some reckless abandon with my movies. Like there's a scene in the Empire of the Dark movie where the guy was basically taking a broadsword and killing just thousands of people. And there's no morality question about it. He's just like wasting people in the most pathetic and, not exciting ways. But like, it's not like, oh man, that's so cool. It's more like, like, I think going back, if I were to describe it as going back to ancient times, like ancient Rome or something, not ancient Rome, but Greece, right? When the development of theater, and they said, okay, so Hercules defeats the Hydra, and they, boom, boom, boom. It wasn't about flashiness. It wasn't the superficial flashiness of action. It was more just like the function of defeating something. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, or going back to, I guess I'm feeling like I'm old and I'm reminiscing about younger days when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends, and your friends like boom, 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 I'm dying, and then like I got one last shot, and then you do that, boom, right? And it's about the mimicry. So it's not so much the superficial act of the violence, it's what the violence represents as like, as something graphic or exciting or heroic, right? That's what I miss, is that need for that kind of cathartic storytelling. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I'm not drunk, I promise you. I'm just exhausted. But what I'm saying is I miss like the cathartic storytelling, the cathartic story arc. And even these bad movies from the 80s had that. And they had the sense of kind of fun and charm to them when the effects weren't very good, and everything was kind of in camera. I'm more willing to suspend, it's what it is. It's like you want to suspend disbelief. You want to suspend the disbelief and go with the story. Nowadays, everything is like, I got to make sure the reflections are just right. We saw in the movie last night, there's a reflection of the cameraman as they zoomed into a car. Anyhow. If you want to take back my recommendations, they are just bad. If you want fun, I just take back my recommendations. They are just bad. There's no fun to be had with Mummy Maniac Face Fuchsia Pup. I agree. You're probably right. Like our group. Oh, that sun's gonna really be bright here in a second. Our group chat name is the Neil Breen Dream Team. That's who we are. We are Neil Breeners. We go trivia nights on Tuesdays and Thursdays sometimes, and we are the Neil Breeners. And we finally got one person to recognize our name, our Neil Breen Dream Team. But anyhow. Going back to your old comments, Kalo says, turned 29 yesterday. Do I have a chance of filmmaking starting this late? Feels like people who want Whether 20 is such a leg up, any tips or ideas? I Here's the thing. I don't know if I would suggest filmmaking to anybody at this point. I don't know what the future of filmmaking looks like. Obviously, I'm teaching filmmaking here, but I don't think being 29 is too old. I'm 42. I'm about to be 43, and I feel like my movies would be better now than they were when I was younger. So I mean, the thing is, like, I feel maybe what it is like I'm at the age where I'm no longer impressed by flash and like slickness. And a lot of filmmaking now is flash and slickness. A lot of this is just slick, 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 right? So I think being older is sometimes an advantage. Even at 29, you're young. You're very, very young. Maybe, well, from my perspective, my life didn't really start getting to my mid 30s. Mid 30s, I felt like, oh, I'm a human being. I'm an adult now. Throughout my 20s, I still felt like a child. So I think you're fine, buddy. Pursue filmmaking. I think also if you do want to do client work, being older definitely is an advantage. I mean, I think doing client work as an adult is like, people look at you a little more like, oh, he's older man. Or woman, obviously I'm not going to be sexist here, but like age makes it easier to demand higher pay. Like, if like I can come into and write a contract for like, this will be about 7-8 grand, and versus like a 21-year-old kid, like this will be 7-8 grand. It's just easier to ask for more money when you're older. So there's that advantage. I don't know. Maybe that's unique, but good luck, Kayla. Oh, you've been on Paul Newman kick. The Color of Money. Very good. Yeah, I haven't seen that in ages and ages and ages. Paul Newman. Yum. I got this thing where this is going to get really annoying real quick with me, this light on my face. Okay, let's see if we can fix this here. All right, hold on a second. I think it's better. All right, I think that's a little bit better. Okay. At least I'm not in the direct fire of the sunlight. All right, there we go. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about. Let's talk about something. Let's just chat and hang out. I got 2 ACs in this building. I love it. I got one for my server stuff, my network attached storage stuff, and I got one for my office. Right now, the one for my office is off, but the one for my storage is blowing in here, and it's just perfect. Of course, it's not too hot out there today either, so that's good too. All right, cool. Ooh, where did I put my... Sorry, I had to grab up. You saw my butt there, didn't you? You're looking at my butt, weren't you? You cheeky bastards. All right. Bruin says, kick Kalolo and everyone else. Movie equipment is going to be pennies on the dollar. That's for sure. I hope so. Nowadays, that's one of the things. Like I for my cinematography course, I'm going to loosen up and say you can use cell phones as long as you install like the Blackmagic camera app on it. You can use a cell phone. Cell phones today are practically good enough for most videography level stuff. Obviously, cinematography, I would want you to have like a more of a, at least a mirrorless camera, some cinema line camera. But even then, I'm like, I can't really force all of my students to go out and spend thousands of dollars. People through their 20s usually don't have money for a small rig of their indie film. Oh, did I not kick it up there? There we go. Oh, I think I lost the connection. What's up with that? Oh, maybe I gotta go back to there. It's not triggering anymore. Oh, shoot. Well, there it goes. Through the 20s, usually don't have money for a small rig or their own indie project. Most probably work in production as a crew member, crew, water, bottle servers. Fact. I never did think about it that way, though. Like, as a 20-year-old, that I was probably not going to get contracts that were big enough. But as a 42-year-old, that I can actually ask for more money. But then again, I'm also a way better filmmaker than I was when I was in my 20s. So, experience comes with age, and experience comes with experience. I think I may have to get to the point where I have to pee, and that's when we're going to end the show. All right. Well, what else are we chatting about? So, told you about the AC. Told you about, I don't know, what else I should talk about? I definitely feel like I need to go to the jacuzzi today. Sit in the jacuzzi for a bit. What am I drinking? I am drinking iced tea today. I had earlier, if you didn't come in early enough, most people didn't because this live stream takes forever to populate through. Earlier, my neighbor, I was working on my front yard, and my neighbor gave me this Walmart brand hard iced tea, this peach hard iced tea that he was liking. And he was like, "Hey, you're not going to work. Drink this." And I had it, and it was delicious. And then he gave me another one, and I had that, and it was delicious. And then I had a then he gave me a Jamaica Me Happy, which I don't know exactly what's in Jamaica Me Happy. I got my own term for it. Jamaica Me Happy, man. Seagram's Jamaica Me Happy. I drank that, and it was delicious. Then I was really tired, and I had a Blue Moon with an orange because I bought some oranges yesterday, and it was delicious. And I made a pizza because I have a pizza oven that girl Carolina got me for my birthday, which is not for a while, but she was excited to get it, so she got it for me. And we've been making pizzas, and it was delicious. And I had another Blue Moon, and that was delicious. And then I have two rabbits. I had two rabbits, Asia and Axel. Unfortunately, Axel passed away. And so about 3 weeks ago, I had Asia bonded to a new rabbit. So now that her new boyfriend, her new husband, I guess you call it, is Bruce. We call him Bruce Wayne, Brucey Bruce. And so today I opened up the gate. I had him in my house, so they had him in a little gated box because they said, because it's her house, she might be kind of territorial with him. So go ahead and just keep him kind of in a cage. But then today, they've been at home for a week. I opened them up and made sure that they weren't like going to kill each other, but they were cool. And he was excited and running around, and so he's up there hanging out with his girl Asia. And I watched them for a little bit, and I was falling asleep like mad. And then I came down and did this, and I'm here with y'all. That's a long answer to that question. What you're drinking, Ed? Ed Savant says, have you seen or heard the news of the new Ryan Coogler movie Sinners? I heard about it. I actually saw they were screening it at the college, but I have not seen it, nor have I read much about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Isn't it about vampires or something like that? I'm just not into horror right now. I'm into like 80s horror. I'm into like old stuff. Oh, went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show on Friday. Oops, kicking my camera there. Went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show at the San Diego Fair. That was kind of fun. Oh, no, it was kind of fun. It was really fun. It had Barry Bot. So Rocky Horror is the 50th anniversary of Rocky Horror this year. Can you believe that? So they had Barry Bosworth did a little introduction, kind of talked for a little bit. He doesn't look. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, he must be like 70 something like that. He doesn't look that old. He looks like he's in his 60s. but he's like up 70s era. So they had a shadow cast do it. I've never seen a shadow cast in front of a Rocky Horror. The only thing I didn't like about I really couldn't. The auditorium wasn't just, it was hard to hear the audience reaction, and people were shouting stuff out, and you couldn't hear what they were saying, and that sucks because like you want to hear all the jokes. So let's see, any other comments or questions? I think I've been on for about an hour now. I'll keep it kind of short because this is our first week of time back in a long time. Jaws had its 50th anniversary 2 days ago. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, those 1975 movies, right? 50 years. Oh, shit. You know, it's going to be kind of scary when it's like movies that you grew up with have their 50th anniversary. That's movies that you saw in the theater turn 50. That's when, whatever. You get older, you get older. That's life. You know? That's life. That's what all the people say. Something, something, shot down in May. All right, finish the tea. Ah, that was good. I think my body needs it. I think I get dehydrated. All right, well, I think I might kind of wrap it up here. Unless anyone else has any comments and they want to say anything. I got 21 people watching. Hi, 21 folks. 21 viewers. Chatting away. As far as cameras go, I am perfectly happy with the cameras I have. In fact, there's not a single gear I'm eyeing right now. Not a single piece of gear that I'm eyeing. Not a single thing. Well, I take that back. There's always some gear I'm eyeing. Might be like another, like the OBS Bot Pro 2 might be something I might want to check out. And I think that's the girl texting me right there. That sound. All right. Well, is there anything else we shall discuss? What's your thoughts on? Oh, yeah. Here we go. What are my thoughts on the Black Magic Pyrex or whatever the heck the name of that thing is? Pixis 12K. I'm curious now. Pixis 12K. What is the deal with this camera? Pixis 12K. I have no clue, honestly. Oh, it's pretty affordable. New Blackmagic for Canon, $3,000? That's not all? On AliExpress? I don't know. Should we trust AliExpress? If I get a Canon EL mount? I don't know. That seems kind of... Well, no. $3,000, yeah, for... that's a 6K for that one. I haven't heard about it. I'd be curious to get. I mean, for $3,000, that's actually almost expendable. I think I'm going to start moving toward the higher paying projects to actually edit them in 4K. I like the look of 4K. Now I can kind of view it better in the setup I have now. So 4K does have a nice flexibility to it. But 12K, I don't know. I guess the curiosity will be like how heavy is it? Ah, that's cool. It's got, how many stops of range does it have? Roughly about 13 or so. Cool. Yeah, looks like a good camera. I mean, I still love my freaking... I love my Canon 7D. Kind of like turn a fast-paced broadcast camera with grow a little bit. That looks cool. Could be definitely a good camera for an alternative to like the cinema camera lines of the what do you call it? What were they called? The Ursas? Because the Ursas I think were too. Honestly, the Ursas I didn't like them because they're too bulky. I like the Canon 7D as far as or 70 C70 because it's light and nimble. Um, but I've been shooting honestly a lot with the Sony FX30 because I use that on my gimbal all the time. Yeah, I just picked up a Desisti 4000 watt HMI. Sweet. You never can get enough of those. I recently got a used A7 III. I can say I love the silent autofocus feature. Got the right tool for it. That's cool. Yeah. Autofocus is definitely very cool. 12K better have petabytes of storage, right? Yeah. Well, it's you can always shoot 12K like more of a I guess, like the lower codec, but yeah. But you don't have to shoot 12K. You can always dump it down. I'll check it out. If I get itchy and want to spend more money, I don't know. Like right now, I just don't want to spend money on a camera. I'm very happy with the cameras I have. They do nothing. There's nothing that I feel like my cameras are lacking. It's everything I feel like I'm lacking as far as like my abilities is what I'm lacking is shot design and shot like location production design. Like if I were to be honest, like those are the things I feel are holding me back is production design and because I was watching State of City for Temecula and I did a couple videos for them and I was happy with my videos, but I was watching other people's videos and I like the way they did some of their they employ a lot more shallow depth of field than I do because I feel like honestly I feel like I try to not shoot shallow depth of field because everyone else is shooting shallow depth of field. But then when I see shallow depth of field, I'm like, that looks good. I like the look of it, but like I tend not to shoot that way, especially for like stuff that I can't control. Like I can't control like I did a senior center video, and it's like a lot of with senior citizens I can't do like multiple takes. I have to get it done really quickly, so I tend to try to stop down as much as I can. I don't set up shots as nicely. But anyhow, so I think if I need to work on something, it'd be production design and shot design and that kind of thing. I'm not worried about the equipment, so I'm not quite there yet. The color science means black magic, so you get the black magic color, which is a little different than Canon color, But black magic is always good. Ooh, someone saw Double Down. I know, isn't that amazing? Which one is Double Down? Double Down, is that the first one? Double Down. I think Double Down might be his best. There are two movies I think are the best Breen movies. He is working on a third one, or a sixth movie now. Yeah, Double Down is the first one, and my personal favorite is Double Down. My second personal favorite for Breen is I want to say no, actually I have three favorites. Fateful Findings? I Am Here Now. I think that's the one. I can never remember which one. No, okay. Okay, I like Double Down is the first one. He plays a computer genius who eats a bunch of tuna. Fateful Findings? Brain is a hacker with magical abilities to gain from a mysterious stone. Or is it pass through? I think Fateful Findings is real. Yeah, Fateful Findings. I love Fateful Findings. There's a line from Fateful Findings. It's so delivered so well. But I won't say it on YouTube because I think you're supposed to get like. I can't believe you committed. Anyhow, I can't say that, right? So that one's really good. That's my second favorite. I think it's Fateful Findings. My third favorite is I Am Here Now. No, Pass Through. Pass Through is where Neil Breen plays a messianic figure from the future who aims to usher a new era of peace by eliminating bad people. Pass Through and I Am Here Now. I may not have seen that. No, I've seen I Am Here Now. So, Double Down, Fateful Findings, Pass Through, I Am Here Now. Watch those and you'll be happy. Twisted Pair, he starts using green screen in very bizarre ways, and it's not nearly as good. And then Cade, The Torture Crossing, is kind of a slog to get through, honestly. We'll see what happens with this sixth movie. But anyhow, I need to get going here. But let's see. What else are the comments here? I recently got a used A7 III that has noise on higher ISO, but it's luminance noise, not RGB. My EOS R has tons of RGB noise. Yeah, part of that is just don't shoot higher ISOs if you can avoid it. All right, cool. I think that's good. We've done enough damage for today. I've already ruined my reputation by enough. All right, well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I am exhausted, as you can see. I am tired. And I'll try to make this a regular thing if I'm not busy on Sundays or whatever, on Saturdays or Sundays. I'll probably do these on the weekends. And yeah, let's chat later, shall we? So, we'll take off now. And I shall see you sometime next week, hopefully. Have a great one, guys. We'll see ya. Bye.